Hey YouTube, I want to show a few people this 90-degree turn down speedometer cable. I'm used to seeing the bullet type speedometer cable, but my speedometer cable is too short to turn and hook onto here. So I looked online at a lot of different people, and most of them are doing all sorts of stuff like replacing their cables, and this is an option for those of you out there. It's a 90-degree turn down speedometer cable housing. It might be a 90-degree right turn down, something like that. And I'm glad I took my vacuum lines and blew out the vacuum lines. Man, those things were dirty. So if you guys are doing this, and I even took a bicycle pump and hooked them onto my tranny lines and blew them out, the tranny lines. You know, it's not professional or nothing, but I just hooked a bicycle pump with those little plastic deals in the end, and I pumped on it and pushed out the old fluid. And the old fluid in this thing was nice and clean anyway, the tranny fluid. The motor wasn't, but the tranny was. So I'm confident that that tranny cooler is cleaned out and good to go. I'll show you the speedometer cable. See, it's that speedometer cable there. It just wasn't long enough to make it back far enough to get into the tranny. And I kind of like the long bed on this thing, the 8-foot bed. Later on I was thinking about actually building the 2-inch foam they have. I've seen people gluing the siding inside of it, and that 2-inch foam make a camper shell, camper for it, and then fiberglass the outside of it. They got poor man's fiberglass, which is like sheets and glue, cloth and glue, wood glue, but I'll probably just go with regular fiberglass. And the thing about making it is it's super lightweight with fiberglass, or the styrofoam 2-inch thick. Glue your inside board to it. Super lightweight, and I can do the inside the way I want. Put some solar panels on the top, so it's got an 8-foot bed. If you drop the tailgate down, I could easily do a 9 or even a 10-foot. Super lightweight. Doesn't have to always be on there. Sorry for all the trash in the back of the truck. It's kind of a catch-all right now. I've been waiting 6 weeks for the motor. I decided to go ahead and start cleaning the windows up on it, getting it ready. Less I have to do when I get it running. I like using the house window wax for the house window wax, or actually car wax. Any water spots on your windows, stuff like that. I start with car wax, and the rag was just black. I mean black. So it really takes a lot off, and then you can come back with newspaper and Windex and clean it up. But the wax on the windows, automotive wax, really takes a lot of those water spots and scratches out and whatnot on the glass. I do it on my house even. Alright, I'm anxiously waiting for the motor. I've been around painting stuff. This vehicle just barely had a little bit of surface rust, and I just took a steel brush, stuffed it, and shot it with that rust-stopping Rust-Oleum, and then the Threw some paint on top of that, but I got it all painted up. I'm gonna get a new harmonic balancer for the motor. I don't see any point in taking off that nasty old harmonic balancer. It's with all the grease and stuff on it. If you don't clean it up good, it's not even gonna be in balance. And with a newer motor, I might as well go with a newer harmonic balance just to know I'm good. And I'll probably throw a new water pump on too. To me, it doesn't make any sense to reuse my water pump, and even a fuel pump. Since it's off, new motor, might as well throw a new fuel pump in it. But I'm keeping my old stuff, like the new water necks, those chrome ones, look super thin. And my old cast iron one, I'm gonna keep it. Just to make sure, in case the chrome one fails, I can go back to the old school. I've seen a few people online that had their chrome water necks were kind of failing on them. So I'll keep my old one behind the seat. That's another thing I wanted to show. I've seen some of these with the cloth bag hanging back here, but I've never seen one with an actual, I got a lock and a handle that goes on that. But I'm thinking about pulling this out and probably giving it a little fresh coat of paint. But I got a locking handle for this, and it's mounted in there. And then somebody went and put these old speakers that fasten right into the corners. They're old. The exhaust system I'm putting on this, I'm not going to need a radio. You ain't going to be able to hear it anyway. I like on trucks, especially when they shorten the exhaust right at the rear end. And I'm going with glass packs. The turbo mufflers to me are a little bit quieter, and they got that restrictive baffle in there. To me, the glass pack is straight out, and hopefully 3-inch pipe, as fat as I can go all the way out. And I like to heat up my glass packs with a torch, drop them on the ground a few times, tap them with a hammer to really get the, they heat up, they really start sounding better. And this far back, it's going to take a while for them to heat up, so I'll preheat them with a torch, drop them on the ground a few times, tap them with a hammer. I heard years ago it breaks the glass in them or something like that, and kind of makes them really sound better right off the get-go. But I love the sound of these old cars. And you can hardly talk over the sound of it. I love it. But there's no point in a radio. My old car, I'd get pulled over all the time. They'd say, noise disturbance. The neighbors are saying they hear bass. I said, there's no radio in this thing. So it was just the vibration of the exhaust system off the ground. Turn downs on it, short, cut it off at the rear end. I think it looks nicer too. When they run the exhaust over the rear end and stuff, it just looks kind of, looks a little awkward to me. Sometimes less is more. All right, I'll keep you guys posted. Anxiously waiting. Thanks for watching. Comment if you want. Like.